Hi, this is Dan Whitney with the Whitney Law Firm in Towson, Maryland. Today I'm going to talk about the issue of rental cars and when they are reported as stolen at the time that the rental car company gives it to their customer.
Driver, turn off the vehicle. All occupants, place your hands out of the vehicle.
And it sounds like a crazy situation, but we have handled a number of these cases here in Maryland and in other states, and it happens more than you might think. So the first question is, why is this happening? And I think it's just simply a factor of these companies either do not have or have and are not following policies and procedures to make sure that the vehicles they provide to their customers are not reported stolen. And it's because they have huge inventories across the United States. Cars cross state lines all the time. It's a very time-intensive and rushed procedure when you go get a rental car and you return it. Everybody's rushing around trying to put the keys where they need to go, get the next customers in the next car. And it's a lot to manage. And of course, I think getting good employees and keeping good employees and having enough employees is probably a significant problem. So for all those reasons, I think that's why this ends up happening. But what I want to talk about is a specific case that recently occurred right here in Maryland after our clients flew in from Texas. So our clients fly in from Texas and they go to BWI and they go to one of the largest in the world rental car providers, and they're given a vehicle and they've made a reservation. They get the car, they start driving. They drive into Pennsylvania, maybe about an hour after they get the car, and they realized we're getting pulled over. They see the lights, they see the sirens, and they pull over. And what happens next? They are ordered by a police officer who's pointing what looks like a Glock 19 at them to first for the husband, and we have the video. So that's going to play after I just describe this a little bit and talk about the legal rights. But what you'll see is the police officer ordering the husband to get out first, walk with his hands backwards and sit down and kneel and all that. And then the same thing for the wife. What the video shows is about the first 4 minutes. It's actually a longer video where they end up getting handcuffed in separate vehicles and they're separated from each other. And they are handcuffed for an extended period of time. And the reason for that is, like many rental car companies, this one doesn't have a real person answer its phone. So the problem is when there's an emergency like this, when the police think that these people have stolen a rental car because the plate reads as stolen because the rental car company doesn't have its act together to take it off the stolen car list and let law enforcement know, hey, we got it back. What happens is the police have to wait. And even though the people, our clients showed them a rental car agreement, they don't know if it's fake. They don't know if it's a scam. They don't know what's going on. And frankly, that's not their fault. They're just doing their best with what's in front of them. So they call the rental car company, have to wait for an extended period of time, a lot more than the 5 or 10 minutes you think it might take. And finally, they're let go because in this case, very interestingly, one of the police officers actually knows one of the relatives of one of the people who were in the car. It's a small town where this occurred in Pennsylvania. So, but if not for that, they probably would have spent the night in jail.
Right there. I'll give direction. You cover. Driver, turn off the vehicle. Driver, roll down all windows. All occupants, place your hands out of the vehicle. Both hands. Driver, with your left hand, open the door from the outside. Step out of the vehicle. Face away from me. Keep your hands in the air. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Keep walking back. Keep walking back. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Get down on your knees. Down on your knees. Passenger, with your right hand, open the door from the outside. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands in the air. Stop right there. Go down your knees. Is there any other passengers?
So this gets figured out, and the rental car company is not helpful after it occurs, and they end up calling my office. We file a lawsuit alleging violations of the Consumer Protection Act because they forgot to mention the material fact that, by the way, this car is reported as stolen, and also negligent misrepresentation and negligence. And what ends up happening is the matter gets worked out, and what damages are generally available in a case like this. Of course, you've got any economic damages that this costs you. It costs a tremendous amount of time to deal with. After the car gets reported as stolen, you don't want to drive it anymore. Now you got to get back on the phone with the bots and the one person who might be answering the phone at 11 o'clock at night for the entire universe of this particular rental car's business, and trying to explain to them what happened, which of course they are unable to comprehend what actually happened. It takes forever to get that worked out. And then of course you've got the severe fear of having a gun pointed at you, gun pointed at your spouse. You have no idea what's happening. You don't know if you're about to get shot. You don't know what's going on. And the stress, fear, and anxiety goes through the roof. And this also all happens very often in this case and in others in the context of everybody else driving by and looking at you with your hands handcuffed behind you on the side of the road, wondering, well, what did these criminals do? The only problem is you didn't do anything wrong. But if people are recording or otherwise see you, this is how rumors get started, and it's not a good thing. Should this happen to you, you should know you have significant legal rights. These cases can be worth a significant amount of money. And even if somebody from the rental car company, an adjuster or a lawyer, calls you up and offers you what seems like a lot, you should run it by an attorney first to make sure you're really getting the maximum value of your claim, because these can be worth significantly more than what the initial offer is, especially if you're unrepresented. So thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful. Take care.